and communication between travel agencies and luxury international tourism. The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology implements the works of Liwa dual carriage road project in the North Al-Batin Governorate. And Oman Medical Specialty Board marks the graduation of the 13th batch of Oman doctors who specialized in 16 medical specializations. Thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. With the aim to enhance partnership and communication between travel agencies and luxury international tourism with its counterparts in the Sultanate of Oman, the Ministry of Heritage and Tourism hosted the activities of Global Travel Week Middle East. 70 experts in the field of luxury tourism from various world countries and 38 Omani tourism institutions participated in this event. More details coming up in this report.
In order to enhance the tourism potential of the Sultanate of Oman in the international touristic markets, the Ministry of Heritage and Tourism hosted the World Travel Week Middle East event with the participation of 70 specialists in this field, along with 38 Omani tourism institutions. The event aims to reinforce the partnership and exchange of experiences between global luxury travel and tourism companies with their counterparts in the Sultanate of Oman, using innovative communication methods, a pioneering approach to facilitate long-term business relationships.
The purpose of this event is to promote the Sultanate of Oman tourism potentials, and we hope by hosting this event is to seek to strengthen the partnership with partners, attracting the most prominent tourism companies and institutions from target markets specialized in luxury, leisure and adventure tourism.
Global Travel Week, it's an important event to have it in the destination where it will help positioning Oman into the international market with the right suppliers and right leader. And it's in line with the country 2040 vision for the tourism. Global Travel Week suppliers, they are one of the top in the market, and it's great to have one-on-one meetings and position Oman and Oman beauty to them.
The Sultanate of Oman's hosting of this event comes to attract the most prominent companies and institutions from target markets specialized in the fields of tourism and entertainment, as well as experienced providers and organizers of various international events to explore the wonderful and hidden potential in the Sultanate of Oman.
I'm here in Oman for Global Travel Week, which is an event that we created last September, which ran in London, and we decided to create a luxury edition which Oman has very generously hosted here in Muscat at the Shangri-La Hotel.
We're organising the Global Travel Week here in Oman, Muscat. It's the perfect destination to be hosting such an event, and we've got international trade coming from across the GCC, Indian subcontinent, and all over the world, Korea, Tokyo, the United States. Everyone's here to experience the immersive adventure that you can have here in Oman. From the mountains to the ocean to being immersed in nature, we're delighted to be showcasing the best of Omani hospitality.
The tourism sector is among the priorities of Oman's Vision 2040, as the Ministry of Heritage and Tourism is currently implementing 6 main pillars to accelerate the pace of growth in this sector. Each pillar aims to build a diversified and integrated tourism sector that benefits the historical, cultural, and natural heritage and attracts more investments while encouraging entrepreneurship and supporting local communities, which will strengthen the Sultanate of Oman as a tourist destination.
Suleiman Al-Buhri with that report there. Ministry of Transport, Communications and the Information Technology has started implementing the works of Liwa Dual Carriage Road project in North Al-Batina Governorate, which starts from Liwa roundabout on an Al-Batina Road and ends at the intersection of Al-Batina Express at length of 5 kilometers and 500 meters. The project's works include raising the efficiency of the existing road from a single road to a dual road with 2 lanes, constructing 2 new roundabouts, preparing the existing roundabouts, linking the 2 roads with entry and exit lanes, and services roads on both sides of the dual carriageway to serve the smooth movement of residential and commercial communities. Oman Medical Specialty Board held a ceremony to mark graduation of the 13th batch of Omani doctors who specialized in 16 medical specializations. The board, since its establishment in 2006, seeks to provide the medical sector in the Sultanate of Oman with the qualified medical cadres. The 13th batch included the graduation of 119 male and female doctors. The graduate expressed their delightness after 6 years of hard work and academic study. His Excellency Dr. the Executive President Chairman of Oman Medical Specialty Board delivered a speech in which he congratulated the graduates on this special occasion. In his speech, he affirmed that the graduates will move to a new stage of giving and hard work in which they will practice what they have studied throughout the years. With the participation of 30 government and private institutions, Career and Training Fair 2022 was held in Sultan Qaboos University, offering 222 job opportunities. The fair is organized in an attempt by SQU to consolidate its relations with the different sectors of the business and help marketing its graduates, in addition to familiarizing the labor sector of the university various academic program and providing an opportunity for participating institutions to know the academic level and the skills and abilities of students and graduates of Sultan Qaboos University. It's worth mentioning that a number of job seekers indicated that there is limitation in the available opportunities in some majors. Health Community Initiative Seminar was organized in the Governorate of Musandam with the attendance of World Health Organization representatives. During the seminar, a memorandum of cooperation was signed between WHO and Khasab Health City, which is one of the important cities that was added to the Health Cities Network for WHO. Launching the initiatives of Khasab Health City came for all the community members to improve the health environment. The representative of WHO and a number of experts visited Lima Health Village and got acquainted with most of the facilities and health styles available in the village. His Excellency Sayyid Ibrahim bin Saeed Al Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of Musandam, presided over the seminar. You are with the Sultanate of Oman Television, and yet to come in our news bulletin, the 19th domestic camel race competition for His Majesty's Cup started in the Wilaya of Barka in the Governorate of South Al-Batina.
إننا نقف اليوم بإرادة صلبة وعزيمة لا تلين على إعتاب مرحلة مهمة من مراحل التنمية والبناء في عمان، مرحلة شاركتم في رسم تطلعاتها في الرؤية المستقبلية عمان 2040.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. International news. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has revealed he offered the defenders of Mariupol the option to retreat, but they declined. They refused to abandon their dead or wounded, said Zelensky in an interview yesterday with independent Russian journalist. Zelensky also said Ukraine was ready for a compromise on the eastern Donbas region, which has been partially controlled by Russia-backed separatists since 2014. Zelensky's latest remarks came as Ukraine and Russia said ceasefire negotiations would resume tomorrow. Earlier talks have failed to make progress on ending the war, which has claimed the lives of thousands of people and driven more than 10 million Ukrainians from their homes. China began its most extensive lockdown in 2 years today to conduct mass testing and control a growing outbreak in Shanghai as questions are raised about the economic toll of the nation's zero-COVID strategy. China's financial capital and largest city with 26 million people, Shanghai, had managed its smaller past outbreaks with limited lockdowns of housing compounds and workplaces where the virus was spreading. Shanghai's Pudong financial districts and nearby areas will be locked down from today to Friday as mass testing gets underway. In the second phase of the lockdown, the vast downtown area west of the Hongpu River that divides the city will start its own 5-day lockdown Friday. Residents will be required to stay home and deliveries will be left at checkpoints to ensure there is no contact with the outside world. Shanghai detected another 3,500 cases of infection yesterday, though all but 50 people who tested positive for the coronavirus but were not showing symptoms of COVID-19. China has reported more than 56,000 confirmed cases nationwide this month, with the surge in Jilin accounting for most of them. Texas. Authorities in Central Texas said a wildfire has burned at least 17,452 acres. Colonial Country Emergency Management Director Robert Harrell said the fire began as 3 separate blazes in and around Fort Hood and combined into one fire complex yesterday while moving to the north. A voluntary evacuation is in place for the town of Flat. Harold said anyone who has already left their home should stay in place for now. Immersive Shevchenko Soul of Ukraine exhibits has been opened in Toronto to showcase Ukraine's culture and history. More coming up in this report.
Taras Shevchenko was a 19th century Ukrainian poet, artist and political figure who worked to promote the unique culture, history and language of Ukraine at a time when it was part of the Russian Empire. Now, as Ukrainians battle the Russians, a group of producers and historians have brought his work to cities across the United States and Canada in an exhibit known as Immersive Shevchenko Soul of Ukraine. Produced by the same group that created Immersive Van Gogh, the goal of the exhibit was to introduce the word to an artist who is known and revered in his native country. Essentially, this exhibit is a combination of the most significant works of Taras Shevchenko, and the intention is to be able to allow people to understand what the Ukrainian soul is, to get audiences to experience the emotions of Shevchenko, in addition to his visual works, according to producer Valery Koschuk. Whereas producer Cory Ross said Shevchenko's works are normally on display in Kiev, but they have been packed away to protect them from destruction.
But when, of course, the war started in Ukraine, we were all looking for ways to help and something we could do. And we realized that this exhibit, which is based on art which is a national museum in Kiev. And the only way to see these pieces right now is digitally. And so this just became an extraordinary opportunity to bring Shevchenko to the public and to raise money for Red Cross and the Ukrainian National Fund in order to help the situation in Ukraine.
Russia calls its actions in Ukraine a special operation that it says is not designed to occupy territory, but to destroy its southern neighbors' military capabilities and capture what it regards as dangerous nationalists.
Within the annual festival for 19th domestic camel race, the competitions of the final race of His Majesty's Camel Cup of this year started this morning, which is organized by Royal Court Affairs, represented by Royal Camel Corps at Al-Fulaj track in the Wilaya of Barka in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. The four-day race came after a series of activities in a number of the Sultanate's governorates, which reflect the interest of His Majesty the Sultan in this kind of heritage. The four-day race included 16 rounds for Al-Hajaj Akbar and Al-Hajaj Ja'dan category for a distance of 4 kilometers that witnessed strong competition between the participating camels. The Omani-Bahraini Businessman Forum, which was held at the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, discussed investments, opportunities and facilities offered to investors and ways to enhance trade exchange. His Excellency Dr. Saleh bin Saeed Al Masin, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and Investments Promotion for Commerce and Industry, said that the Sultanate of Oman has made great strides with regards to the legislative aspects of attracting investments, which were with the availability of legal and financial guarantees for the entry and exit of capital, and has undertaken many initiatives that facilitate investments. For his part, His Excellency Engineer Rida bin Jum'a Al-Saleh, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said that holding the forum represents an opportunity to discuss ways to strengthen relations between Oman and Bahraini peoples and translate them into more trade and investments partnership between the private sector in the two countries, which will reflect positively on economic desired growth. It's worth mentioning that the volume of trade exchange between the Sultanate of Oman and the Kingdom of Bahrain exceeded 323 million Omani riyals at the end of last year. The Minister of Social Development launched the first package of its digital transformation project, which includes social security services and social assistance, in addition to 20 sub-services that fall within these two services. The social welfare sector was chosen to be the first sector on the grounds that it serves a wide segment of citizens, and the latest statistics showed that the number of social security cases has reached 72,786, and aid cases of all kinds exceeds 4,500. These services will contribute to facilitating the segments and raising the efficiency of its provision. The inauguration ceremony was patronized by Her Excellency Dr. Layla bint Ahmed Al-Najjar, Minister of Social Development. The Minister of Health, represented by the Director General of Health Services in the Governorate of Dhofar, launched the national campaign for nutrition. It aims to enhance the awareness of the members of the community regarding the health ways of consumption of sugar, salt and fats, so as to limit the problems related to obesity and bad nutrition. This campaign seeks to change the wrongly followed nutritional practices in the community to be more healthy. It also aims to reduce obesity among the community segments. The University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Muscat held a ceremony to mark the graduation of its graduates for the academic years 2019-2020 and 2020-2021. More details coming up in this report.
In culmination of the academic years they spent at the university, and to commend their achievements, the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Muscat celebrated the graduation of the third batch of graduates for the academic years 2019-2020 and 2020-2021.
I'm so happy for my graduation from one of the important universities in the Sultanate with bachelor's degree in civil engineering. It's a great moment to graduate after years of diligence and hard working. My future ambition is to complete my higher studies as well as being an effective part of the development in the organization that I will join. Last but not least, I would like to thank my family, friends and lecturers for their unprecedented support throughout my academic study.
Very excited to be here in this moment and sharing my feeling with our friends. I am very proud to be here. I am thankful. I would like to thank my parents and my friends and my teachers where they are supporting me from all my stage until here, and I am very proud to be here.
In special moments that will remain forever in their hearts and minds, 1,370 graduates received their bachelor's, advanced diplomas and diplomas in engineering, applied sciences, pharmacy, photography and fashion design.
Today, actually, I would like to say that this moment is an everlasting moment that cannot be expressed in words. Actually, you can see it through our smiles and through our eyes. It is only one step. This graduation is only one step towards our dreams and to achieve our best to serve this country. Finally, I would like to thank my mother, the whole family and the whole lecturers also.
Today I can say my dream come true. My happiness cannot be expressed in words. This is just the beginning to achieve the big dream. Thank to Allah for the achievement. Thanks also. I would thank to my parents. I would thank my parents, family, friends, and everyone who support me. Finally, I can say my hard work has paid off.
It is worth mentioning that the University of Technology and Applied Sciences in Muscat celebrated the graduation of the first and second batches of graduates for the academic years 2019-2020 and 2020-2021 last week, wherein a total of 2,797 graduates received their bachelor's, advanced diplomas and diplomas in engineering, information technology and business studies. With pride and confidence, the graduates will utilize the knowledge they have acquired to serve the industry and the community. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Salih bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. With a wide international participation, Global Travel Week Middle East discusses in Muscat enhancing partnership and communications between travel agencies and luxury international tourism. The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology implements the works of the Liwa dual carriage road, a project in the North Al-Batina Governorate. And Oman Medical Specialty Board marks the graduation of the 13th batch of Omani doctors who specialized in 16 medical specializations. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. From me and the entire news team, we thank you for joining us, wish you a pleasant evening, and of course, good night.